Good morning, seniors. We are going to do a little practice with your quadratic formula worksheet. I wanted to take you through a couple problems on your homework so you can figure out how to do these independently. First thing you're going to need is that formula right there. Second thing you need to do is take the equation that you're given and rearrange it so it looks like this. Which is standard formula. That way, when you are filling in to that formula, you know what A, B, and C are. So if we look at this first one, we're pretty close. We just need to move this 200 over to the other side. So then you've got 1x squared plus 45x plus 200 equals 0. And now you're ready to plug into this equation. So this guy is B, this guy is A, this guy is C. So the first thing you're going to plug in is negative B, or negative 45, plus or minus the square root of, always put in parentheses, 45 squared minus 4 times A, which is 1, times C, which is 200. That's all underneath the radical. All divided by 2 times A, which is that 1. Now, your calculator will take it from here for you. I unfortunately failed to bring home a good calculator with me, so I'm going to kind of show you how we get to where we need to be. So first thing you're going to do is take 45 and square it, which is going to be a real big number. You're going to get 25. So you've got negative 45 plus or minus the square root of 2025 minus 4 times 1 times 200 is, hold on a second. I'm using a really old calculator. 4 times 200 is 800. So minus 800. All of that over 2. So 2025 minus 800 you get 1,225. So I apologize, I'm going to have to move my work up here, but you've got 45 plus or minus the square root of 1,225 all over 2. Square root of 1,225 is going to be an ugly number. It is not a nice perfect square. That is okay. All you need to do is take and, oh goodness, sorry, I'm still trying to find a calculator that will help me. All you need to do is round to your nearest decimal, 2 places. Oh, I lied. The square root of 1,225 is a nice, neat number. It's 35. So you get 45 plus or minus 35 divided by 2. Now here's where you're going to get 2 separate problems. You're going to have 45 plus 35 divided by 2, and you're going to get 45 minus 35 divided by 2. So the first one is going to be 45 plus 35, which is 80 over 2. So the first one is 40. That's your first answer. The next one's going to be 10 over 2, which is 5. So that's going to be your second answer. Sorry, those are not on the camera. There you go. So that's how you solve the first one. I will help you set up number 4, and then we will solve probably number 5 together just because I write too big. So the first one, you have ax squared minus, there is no x, so 0 bx minus c. So what you have here is that 12, negative 12 is C, 3 is your A, and B is actually 0 because it does not exist. So then you plug in, I'll set this one up for you. You're going to plug this in. Negative B, which is 0, plus or minus the square root of 0 squared minus 4 times A times C divided by 2A. So there's no B to work out on that one. Works out quite nicely. Then, as I move my camera over here, we're gonna look at number 5. Number 5 is a lot like number 4. Please excuse my dogs in the background. I know that they are difficult. So we have, again, no B. So my A is 1. This is my C. And again, my B is 0. So we're going to plug into our formula of negative B, which is 0, plus or minus the square root of 0 squared minus 4 times A, which is 1, times C, which is negative 121. So a really big number, divided by 2 times A, which is 1. Okay, so this is easy because we don't have to deal with that guy. So we just have plus or minus the square root of negative 4 times negative 121. Obviously, a double negative will cancel out and make that a positive, so we're not going to deal with an imaginary number. And we get 4 times 121, you get 484. So we get plus or minus, that's a plus, the square root of 484 all over 2. And I don't know the square root of 484, but let's clear that out and say 484 square root is 22. So we get plus or minus 22 divided by 2. 22 divided by 2, we get plus or minus 11. Okay, so I will help you rearrange number 2 and number 3. Please excuse my very ghetto camera skills. Here's your A. This guy is my B. He's on the wrong page, wrong side of the equation, I guess. So we're going to subtract 13x from both sides. And your equation becomes 10x squared minus 13x minus 3 equals 0. 10 is your A, negative 13 is your B, negative 3 is your C. Then you plug it into the equation. Number 3, we're going to move our B again. We're going to subtract 22x from both sides. So then 12x squared minus 22x plus 6. There's your A. There's your B. There's your C. Plug into your quadratic equation. This one is already in the correct form for you. Your A is not written, it's assumed. It's 1. Your B is negative 18. And your C is 81. And again, you always plug back into that formula at the top. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to work you through more. See you later.